Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Wolves versus Everton in the Carabao Cup. We return to Molyneux after only a few weeks away, where we obviously won 3-2 in what should have been like a 7-0 win, but somehow we made it a 3-2 near the end. But we're back, and it's the Carabao Cup, and how is it going to be any different? Is it going to be any different, Baz?
Do we want it to be any different? We're going to win.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. It's getting through. It's difficult to assess because Wolves are not great. Have not been in great form. I actually watched quite a lot of their game at the weekend against Leeds, and they managed to get.
So hang on, whoa, hang on. So you watched the Merseyside derby, and then what thought you'd punish yourself more? Are you like one of those practicing Catholics that has that like thing on their leg? No, like in the Da Vinci Code. So like you decided you watch Wolves versus Leeds after watching the Merseyside derby.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
And it wasn't great, to be fair. So if they play like that against Everton have got a very good chance of scoring 6, let alone.
Okay, so let's get into.
Although Leeds did score 3 really good goals, by the way, but there you go.
Good for Leeds.
I'm going to score that many again.
So obviously, we've talked about this game previously when we've talked about players coming into the side. Is this a game? This game can be looked at 2 ways. One, great opportunity to get through to the next round of the Carabao Cup if we go strong and we, do what we need to do. This is a trophy that is for the trophy. This is our best opportunity of winning something if we take it fully serious. So, do we make 12 changes though? Is that the conundrum? Is like we've got players on the bench who need to play, and are getting very few minutes coming on because David Moyes drip. Did he get a chance? And if they do, how many? And then if we do, that distorts the way we play because these things never happen smoothly, ever.
It's really difficult making wholesale changes and expecting a performance. Very rarely does that ever happen.
Yeah.
It generally happens to Everton, not for Everton.
Yeah.
We all remember Everton versus Norwich City.
I just remember
Koeman. Every year.
I just remember every single year.
Norwich stuck out to me because Everton were on a really good run and Ronald Koeman made 10 changes.
He did,
as Norwich did, that got brushed under the carpet and we got beat 2-0. And the Gladys stood up and clapped Stephen Naismith when he scored, which is a nice touch. But
that carpet is very much in Ellesmere Port.
It is. Somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. With the red baubles. But it does feel like every year Everton do something mad and get knocked out of the competition.
Swansea away. Fulham away. There's loads.
QPR.
But it always seems to come.
We played Southampton at home last season, who were very much their second string team and lost on penalties. So we're terrible in this competition, which is why I think some people want Everton to go ultra strong.
Yeah, got no argument.
I think it'd be a difficult game, whatever Everton do. If Everton goes, I think Wolves, as poor as they've been, and they have, will still be. This is an opportunity. You've got to try to stop the rot at some stage, haven't you?
It can't go on.
It can. Let's hope it can. But I saw a bit of the game against West Ham in the last round, and there was a lot of talk that night about Graham Potter and about Pereira, and they were 2-1 down, and Stan Larsen come on and scored 2, of course, and he won it 3-2 to get through. But the league form's been really poor, lost every league game. So I think Everton, I'm looking at it from that perspective and thinking, if we go strong, I'm expecting Everton to win. But I do think it'll be a tough game, and therefore, what other opportunity are we going to get to boost people like Asnu, maybe? Yeah. But Tierney, Barry, Merlin Roll, Tyler Dibling, who can't really get on the pitch, And I'll be honest, I don't think Charlie Alcaraz, another one. Yeah. I look at them, with the exception of Asnu, because I think he is a development player right now. I think the other 4 coming in doesn't necessarily lessen the quality that we've got. I don't believe so anyway. I think Beto's not in a good run of form at the moment, so, and Barry done well enough at Anfield at the weekend to, for me, earn a start. I think he's starting anyway, to be honest. I think Alcaraz generally affects the game when he plays. Dibling's got a lot of quality, played 33 games last season in the Premier League. It's not like he's a 16-year-old kid that's never played. Maitland Roll had a good half an hour against Villa. Didn't look out of his depth. So it's a good opportunity to get those levels up from them players. And then what that does, potentially, is keeps the lads you're taking out fresh. Maybe you need them the last half an hour, the last 25 minutes. Who knows? I mean, you're never going to know, are we? If we keep going, Arsenal, is he good enough? Well, when's he ever going to play? Unless Everton got through and got a home tie against the team, a lower league team. Whether Everton in the FA Cup get League 2 opposition, non-league teams, or Hill Dickinson, and Moyes can play him. When's he getting his minutes? Because, you know, we can't keep saying to James Garner, well, just do us a favour, mate, come and play left back again if Michaelenko gets injured, because how's James Garner going to develop in that number 6 role where Everton have sort of put him at the moment? So I think they're the things that you're playing over in your head, and it's a case of trying to get this lot up to the levels that we need, because we've started the season decently versus just keep the same team and go for it.
It is weird though, isn't it? It is weird the way we look at things, because when you think about, you play 38 times in the Premier League, and you might play, well, if you win Carabao Cup, what is it, six or 7, depending on when you come in.
Yeah.
And yet we're more likely to sacrifice one game in the Carabao Cup than we will than we're willing to do in the Premier League. It's such a weird way to look at it.
And like you just said, this is, I'm not saying Everton have never been able to win this competition, but this is, when you look at it, probably the best route to winning a trophy, isn't it?
It's just mad. It is mad, isn't it? It is really mad. Every Premier League game is poured over, and when you think about a lot of the Premier League games, they're just so dissimilar and the same
and insignificant almost until about March.
A lot of them aren't they? But it is mad. You know, once you.
But what would you do? I mean, would you?
I do think there has to be a balance. I think if you can keep your main defensive play, like Jordan Pickford has to start for me. I think you had away from home, you need that, and most of your defenders, senior players, are going to play. Arsenal, I'm not really sure what level he's at, because we haven't seen enough of him, so it's difficult to make that. It's difficult to know where he is. Can't make an assumption on it.
Hopefully he'll be on at least in the squad.
Yeah.
You know, he should be in Liverpool somewhere.
Hopefully.
He played in La Liga though for Valladolid.
No, he did.
So he has played games of footy.
Physically, I think it's always physical. You can have the best player in the world coming into the Premier League, if they can't handle the physical side of things, they get brushed over very, very quickly. So I do think there's an opportunity to make 3 or 4 changes. Keep your core players in there, certainly defensively. There aren't too many options defensively. I think Michaelenko's probably going to need a rest then. He does seem to be playing with an injury, therefore to play him a few days after playing 87 minutes at Anfield, he's probably going to need a rest, and then that just becomes who plays there. And we've got midfield options, so you could drop James Garner in, but why not use it as a... It's on David Moyes to make that decision, but I do believe if Maitland Roll, clearly, if he's fit,
play Maitland Roll left back.
He has to be fit, doesn't he, for a start, and obviously. But I think Barry and Diblin for me are definitely 2 that this is a good opportunity, and then this might be the first of Barry's games playing there. But let's just have a look at the Wolves team from their last game out.
Look at that, there we are.
Oh, James has gone controversial. He's threw me a curveball there. He's gone with the last team in the league.
No, well, that's it, because that's what we were saying. So obviously, they're very much similar to 3 at the back. Gomez and Bueno with the full-backs, but they've made changes, obviously, and it was really once they brought Strand Larsen onto the pitch, they were 2-1 down, and West Ham were just sort of on top in that, and he brought him off the bench, and he turned it round for them, and there is, we sub again at the weekend for them in that defeat, so there is
well, let's have a look at his numbers.
Start. Well, what we've gone for here is we picked them up, didn't we, for last season in the Premier League game. We looked at his numbers from last season because they hadn't done great this season. So what James has done what he produced in the last round, which was 17 minutes. He had 2 goals in that 17 minutes from an XG of 0.69. He had 2 out of his 3 shots were on target, and he had 10 touches of the ball. But he was the key. He was the key man for
He's obviously just signed a new 6-year deal, hasn't he? You remember him from such games as laughing his head off at the game against us when they were getting beat 3-1 because he thought he was moving to Newcastle.
He did, yeah.
So I mean, if that doesn't just epitomise football at the highest level, I don't know what does. And then a couple of weeks later, for not getting him, he gets a 6-year deal. So well done to him.
I think he got the same agent as Morgan Gibbs, right? Maybe.
Very much so. Yeah. Yeah.
He is a good player, though.
He is a good player.
He isn't the quickest, but he's mobile enough, strong, and he knows where.
But obviously, he didn't have a great pre-season because he was very much trying to get himself a move to Newcastle. And when people say everybody who went on strike got their move and the people who didn't, Sam Larsson didn't get his move and he very much went on strike. So fair play to him.
He did go on strike, didn't he?
He did.
Got a bit of a thigh. Bit tight.
Yeah.
Can't play.
As I said, didn't look that injured watching the Everton game. But,
no, he is
my
good.
Business.
He's good and he's a threat, and Everton will have to be aware of him because he's, like you said, the West Ham game, he pulled Wolves out the front. They were gone. They were out and he turned it round.
Let's just have a look at the Everton team that played at Mansfield in the last round.
Well, obviously, Harrison Armstrong was the man of the night that night, and he's moved on to Preston on loan. But that night, Everton were quite strong, weren't they? Jack Grealish played, and Dwight McNeil was in the side that night. Barry did play. Alcaraz started and scored the goal, so the cracking goal, the first goal. So, we also got to see Seamus Coleman. I don't know whether Seamus will play in this one. He might do, but I don't know. But we were surprised that night he played against Mansfield and he played the whole game.
Yeah, it was Mansfield.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It sort of matters. They're not a Premier League team and it was at home.
Well, no, but he played a lot, he played the whole game, didn't he? I was really, really surprised with that. If he'd gone an hour, I'd have gone, I understand, and he didn't. He played the full 90-odd minutes. Whether he comes in, I don't know, but... I mean, what would you do with Grealish?
I'll play, 100%.
You play Grealish?
I'll play him. just for his happiness.
It feels like he's happy.
Just for his own happiness. I wouldn't want Jack to be sad.
Do you think he would be sad?
Wants to play football every day of the week. So
he
no, I don't.
Waxing lyrical about David Moyes.
I'd 100% start him.
Would you?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's. I think you need to have players who the opposition go, oh, you've made changes. Oh, he's still playing.
Do you think as well, because Everton have got the extra couple of days, because West Ham's not till a Monday, it might mean 7 of the core players play, because and then you just padding it out with the dribbling and maybe Alcaraz, Barry obviously coming in, like we said, role. It'd be interesting to see if he takes Njai out or not.
And again, I think if there's anything like, because obviously before the last game he said he had a knock.
Yeah.
If there's anything where it's like this is an opportunity to just leave him out on the bench, then he might take that opportunity. Or he might leave Grealish out and put Njai on the other side.
Well, it depends. I think he said Njai was still sort of nerves and a little bit of a knock. So
anyone like that, this is an opportunity, isn't it, to just leave them out. So, listen, it's a difficult game. Obviously we went there, but and they haven't had a great start. I think they've scored 3 and conceded 12 in the Premier League, so it's not a great start from them. But they have just rewarded the manager with a contract, and Sean Larsson's got his contract. Everyone's getting new contracts, so
fair play.
They might win a game of footy at some point. Let's just hope it's not this game.
The tough game.
It is a tough game. We always make going to Molineux a lot harder than it needs to be. So,
I mean, the other week it should have been out of sight, and let's not forget they almost equalised, which would have been a travesty of justice. But we've got to be wary because they've still got some good players, and if they catch you cold and Everton didn't start the game.
If we start slow and they start fast because they see it as an opportunity to get that win under their belts,
then we'll have a tough one.
Then it'll be you're playing catch up, and if it's players you haven't played together, not finding that. Yeah, let's see what happens anyway. Just go and win. Go and win. Get into the next round.
Easy. It's just an easy instruction. Go and win. That's it. Nothing else.
Win a game of footy. How hard is it? Here you go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a like. Check out Starting 11 show. Yeah, see you all later. Bye.